exposes the Mormon temple. Watch this.
When I was a Mormon, I participated in a very secretive initiation ceremony called the endowment. Even though my parents and every single church leader who I knew growing up participated in this ceremony, I still had no idea what happened in a temple. I grew up with photos of temples in my childhood bedroom, and I grew up singing "I Love to See the Temple" in primary, and yet somehow this entire ceremony was still kept a complete secret from me. During the ceremony, I was symbolically washed with water, and I was anointed with oil. I was asked to promise that I would wear this as underwear day and night for the rest of my life. I was told that wearing these robes and learning special secret handshakes was one of the most important aspects of my eternal salvation. When this happened to me, I was honestly completely repulsed. I felt very betrayed that this secret ceremony that was at the heart of my religion had been kept a secret from me my entire life. Despite my disgust, I went back to the temple again and again because I was so brainwashed to believe that this was the only way to be with God again.
So she's complaining about her own ignorance and stupidity. I didn't get to go to the temple until I was in my late 20s. When I did go, maybe 10% of it was a surprise. My parents always wore the garments. I knew what the garments were. I knew that when I went to the temple, I would receive my own garments. The idea that she's saying she had no idea about that, either her parents were not teaching her, which I kind of doubt, or she's a complete idiot, or she's lying. And I think lying is probably the more likely scenario. The tokens, and might call what they call handshakes, I knew all of that. I didn't know what they were, and I will not talk about them publicly. I'm not going to share sacred things. But I knew all of it. I knew everything from probably since I was 12. I knew that in the temple endowment, you would get your garments, you would receive the tokens, you would receive the signs, all these things. I knew. I will even say most of what they talked about, most of the doctrine that is talked about in the endowment ceremony, I knew before I went to the temple. So her complaint about being ignorant about it is, I do not believe she's being honest. As to it being secret, no, it's sacred. Everybody in the church knows about the endowment. It is something to look forward to. We teach it to new members. This is the next step. But it is more sacred than anything else. And so it is reserved for those who are properly prepared for it. And that is what is taught in the church. That is what we learn from a young age. We know the endowment. We look forward to it because that is when God is saying you are ready for the greater knowledge, for the greater glory that is available to you. Now, I will give her credit in that she doesn't actually display, at least not in this video, she doesn't display what is actually sacred. Now, she puts on the temple clothes and everything, which is idiotic and somewhat offensive, but she doesn't display the actual ordinance. And for that, I give her credit. I don't know if she does in other videos, but in this one, she doesn't. So this claim that she exposes the Mormon temple is not truly accurate. She talks about things that every member should already know. This is not secret knowledge. This is not something hidden like she claims. It is there for all to see. But the sacred part of it is held and reserved for those who are properly prepared to receive it.